The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Happy Wednesday here on FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. Every Wednesday, we spend a moment or two with the mayor of the City of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan, who joins us right now. Mayor, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Keith. How about you?
I am doing really well. A lot going on this first week of June. We've talked about this maybe over the past couple of weeks, but it's actually going to be happening tonight as we're recording this on Wednesday, June 5th. The school committee is meeting to interview the 4 candidates running that have applied to be Fall River's next school superintendent. Some people may be seeing this after the hearing, but what can people expect to see when they do watch the hearing, whether it's tonight live or even after the fact?
Yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll bring them in an hour each. They've already been vetted by the search committee. We'll have all the members of the school committee will be able to ask a few questions, and if there's time, we'll be able to do follow-up at the end. But we want to give everybody a fair opportunity to ask their questions to each of the 4 candidates. And then when we get done, we'll talk a little bit about the candidates, and hopefully we have a vote tonight to select the next superintendent of schools in Fall River.
So that was going to be my question. Is there a possibility that a vote could be taken tonight? Obviously, there's a lot of work that needs to go into, possibly negotiating with a candidate and that. So I just didn't know, could that actually happen tonight, or
we can
maybe
make
at the next school committee meeting?
We won't. Obviously, it wouldn't be finalized, but it would be somebody we'd be interested in bringing on as the superintendent. So we'll see how the debate goes back and forth at the end of the interviews, and what people's opinions and feelings are on the candidates, and hopefully we have someone we can coalesce around, and that will be the next superintendent of schools in Fall River.
Will there be any opportunity tonight for the community to weigh in, even during public comment at the beginning?
I think there is public input at the beginning. Yep, there is going to be public input.
All right, so that'll be the vehicle for members of the community to make their feelings known if they know anything about any of the candidates. All right, sounds good. Moving on, we just completed Memorial Day a couple weeks ago. A lot of great celebrations here in the City of Fall River, and I believe your city administrator, Seth Aiken, this week mentioned to the city council at one of the budget hearings that the city is in the process of hiring a new VSO. What can you tell us about that?
That was a series of interviews done by one of our search committees of some people we appointed that are involved in veterans issues around the city. We settled on a gentleman. He's been appointed temporarily because there was VSO training this week, and we didn't want him to miss the opportunity to go to that because it's maybe once a year or it cycles through every so often. So he wanted the opportunity to go. So we put him on temporarily as one of those 90-day appointments. It gives him the opportunity to go to the training, and when he comes back, we'll have him in front of the council and decide what they think, because they'll have to approve the appointment. I'm pretty sure he seems like a real solid guy, a good experience, has a good way with people. I had the opportunity to meet him. I think he's going to be an asset to our veterans, and hopefully he's all in on making sure the veterans in the City of Fall River get all the services they're entitled to.
Any other background about him? I believe he was a military veteran himself, correct? And I know, yes, I know personally, being here at Bristol Community College, he also played a role here at the Veterans Center at BCC.
Right. That's one of the things we looked at. I remember I went up to graduation at BCC this year, and he was manning a table under that carport where you have the solar panels, and I talked to him there for a while, and then he came down here and we talked a while. He was involved in a few businesses. Obviously, he has a military background. He's got a family, some children. Seemed like, again, a very solid individual. I looked at his resume. He had been involved with a number of different opportunities, and I think he's going to be an asset for the city. I think he's got a good way about him, and that's kind of the main thing we look for in candidates, the background and how can they get along with other people, and can they do the job? And I think he'll be an asset.
And just so people know, his name is Talis Ferris. He is again worked here at Bristol Community College with the Joe Marshall's Veterans Center, and has been working here at the college for in that capacity for some time. So we'll have more on that when he gets before the city council. Another issue that may be before the city council as we speak this week and early next week, the council is conducting budget hearings on the fiscal 25 budget. There has been concern that you have raised and others about the city's cost of helping construct the new Diamond Regional Vocational Technical High School. You have mentioned in the past that you'd like to put a debt exclusion vote before the voters, hopefully for the ballot this year. We're getting, toward the summer. What's the timeline you feel that you'll be sending something for the council for their consideration?
Yeah, we're drawing up the question now and developing it. I'm not sure if it's going to be at the next meeting or the one after. We'll get it down to the council. It's not due till August. We're looking at the November election. Again, it gives the public the opportunity to weigh in on another way to fund the Diamond project. I happen to think it's the way we did the Durfee project. I think it's the best way to go. At the time, the council voted to just put the Diamond project on the books. So we're going to have to build Diamond, which is going to be an asset to the community. There's no doubt about it. It's just how do we fund it? And that's what I've been asking the council. So I've got to send it down to them. Hopefully they approve the question, and then we'll see what the public does with that question. They're going to have the opportunity to weigh in on November, and I think it's important. If not, we're going to have to do some other things to fund it, whether it's cuts or some new fees or whatever we have to do. We want to make sure we get Diamond built, but we're looking at one option right here, and we hope the public agrees with us.
All right. And finally, speaking of Diamond and the other high schools in Fall River, it's a graduation week here in the city of Fall River with the two charter schools, Argosy and Atlantis, holding graduation, as well as Diamond and Durfee. As we're recording this on Wednesday the 5th, today is going to be Diamond and Argosy, and then Friday will be Durfee and Atlantis charter. I know this is a very important week for you as an educator, and I know you'll be going to as many of them as possible because it's a great celebration of the student success here in Fall River, right?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I am going to try to duck out the back door tonight when we're doing the superintendent interviews. I asked for like a 20-minute break in between candidate 2 and candidate 3 so I can go out and at least give a greeting to the Diamond families and the kids. But it just so happened that this was the only night it seemed like we could get everybody together. And I did visit Argosy yesterday, had the opportunity to visit a couple of the classes there. And again, I'll miss that one. And Friday will be at Durfee, but that conflicts with Atlantis. I wish they were spread out a little better because I like going to graduations. It's a great time for the city. It's a great time for the kids to see them moving on. I know what goes into it. It's the families, it's the staff of the Fall River school system, whatever it is, charter, Catholic, public, that gets these kids across the stage and gets them on to the next step in their life. And it's a very, very important day for them. And I love celebrating with them. So we'll get to the ones we can. And hopefully everybody has we have some nice weather and we have a great celebration of all of our graduates in Fall River.
Yeah, and just a little programming note here on FRC Media. We're actually going to be covering the Argosy and the Atlantis Charter School graduations, one tonight and one on Friday. Of course, Fred TV does a great job with the Durfee High School graduations. You can watch it
Nice.
on the educational channel. So we've got it covered for you. So if you can't go or as a family member who can attend, we'll have those videos available very soon. All right, Mayor Paul Coogan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll talk again soon.
Okay, Keith, thank you.
All righty, and thank you for joining us here on FRC Media. Have a great week.